Today we're going to make a new project in App Lab. In today's project, we're going to make it very interesting. It's going to be fun. I'm sure you'll also think that it's fun. First, let's choose a theme. Of course, everybody has their own likes. So I'm going to choose... Actually, I love this one. It looks so cool. We're gonna need more than just that. We're even gonna need buttons. I'll put one over there. And I'm gonna give it the ID of BTN underscore. And this one should be circle. And then the text, it won't have any text. In fact, it's gonna have why this font? I don't like it. Let's try impact. No. This one, and then we're gonna put an image in it. We go over to icons. And then we can choose the icon. This one, it's a circle. There, but the button is too big. So we're gonna go up and give it the width of, what about 60? Nope, too less. 65? What about 68? Yeah, big enough, I guess. Now we give it another, but, wait a minute. Let's go down, icon color. Let's give it white as the icon color. It looks good in this theme, I guess. And then we put another button. Of course, we're going to give it the adjustments first, like we gave to this one. We go up, give it an ID. This one will be BTN underscore square. And that there will be no text again. And this one should have comic. Of course, we don't need that. It's not necessary. And then where did it go? Right there. We choose. Go over to icons. Let's search for square. Yeah, it isn't that easy to find one of those, right? But right here it is. Let's over there. Of course we're gonna, I think black looks best. So let's also change this to black. There, now we go back to that one and give it a size. Let's give it 68 as well. Yeah, suits it. Now we put one more. Of course, this one is going to be using like a lot of buttons. It's almost based on them. BTN underscore. Let's give this one rectangle. Yeah, and then we don't give it any text. Let's just adjust the size right now. That will be 68. And then we go down and give it an image. Which one was it? Rectangle, right? Then over here we search on for a rectangle. Nope. Nuh-uh. Okay. I guess we're gonna do this the hard way then. You know, this has a bunch of rectangles, but none of them is what I'm looking for. Let's see. I'm sure we're gonna find something. Okay, this is getting annoying. So let's just choose one of these. Perhaps this one. We had no other choice, so now we just move this one a little there, a teeny bit, just a teeny there, and this one also to make place for our last button. Okay, so we go to button. Of course, we set this one's width first. That is also gonna be 68. Now let's fit it in the place that we left it. Right there. And then we go to ID. Yeah, that's pretty important for us to recognize it properly. BTN underscore, and this one will be triangle. Now we go down and choose icon. Okay, do you think which icon we're gonna do next? Of course, triangle. Let's hope it has that. Oh man. Okay, we're gonna have to search for this one as well. This one is a triangle, so let's just use it. Well, there, 4 buttons are done, and all of them have their own ID. But do you think that's all? No, we're gonna use more buttons. Like I told you, this project is like based on them. So let's give this one the ID of BTN underscore left. Text, nope. Icon, yes. Let's adjust the width to 70, I guess. Then we go down and choose. Of course, this one must have arrows, right? I think it'll be having arrows. Here is a left arrow. Let's use it. Then another button. We put it right there. Adjusted size into, which one was the last one? 70, right? Yep, it was 70, and then ID, of course. I know, too many buttons, but it's gonna be fun. This one should be button right. Oh man. Right. Okay. Yeah, RIGHT, right. And then width is fine. Now let's give it this one. Of course, icons. I saw it somewhere. I remember. Oh yeah, here it is. Now let me just give it a little lower. No, a little higher. Okay, setting the size ain't that easy. I mean position. Sometimes it goes too high, sometimes too low. There. Now it's perfect. We put another button at the top in the middle. We will be naming this one BTN underscore up. Nope. Up. And no text. Sometimes you've got to manage a lot, like. And then we give it a size of 70. Okay, now let's go to image. Let's choose one. Icons. We'll just search this one up. Arrow up. That's what we're looking for. Yep. Okay, maybe it's not in the middle, a little there. Now, Perfect. Now we go over to the coding. We have to give our project a name that I usually forget. So let's name this one Train the Turtle. Do you know why I named this? Because in the turtle section we find the blocks that make the shape. So we're going to train the turtle to make the shapes. That's why we named it Train the Turtle. Now we save. And then UI controls on event. I know, very common but important. But let's give it circle first. Add it as it was the first one we made. So what if we give it the first one? Okay, this one. You know, this one does not say the same much. When it comes to this one, will be 75. 75, okay, and now we go to turtle, so we can train it. Move forward, we'll give it 5. 5, and then turn right. We'll also give it 5. Okay, circle's done. Now we move on to the next one. We go to UI controls, give it an on event, and what about this one should be a square? And then we go to control for variable. You know, this one remains 4 because the square does have 4 sides. I don't like this name. Let's give it a new one. What if we give it different buttons? Oops. Okay, back to work. Where were we? Of course. We will go to turtle now, move forward. Let's give it, press the arrow, press 50, and then turn right. A square is always turned on the angle 90, so this shall remain the same. And there, our square is also ready. Let's give it a little go. Circle? Nope. Yeah. Then we go. Okay, that doesn't work. And square? Yeah. It also goes all fine. Let's just change the square size. I'll give it a 65. There. Now we go to UI controls, another on event. Oops. Put it below that one. And then this one shall be rectangle. As always, the control for variable. This one will be 2. 2. And then we go to turtle. It's going to be move forward, and then turn right. Another move forward, and then turn right. Okay, now let's change the value. Give this one 100, 90, this one 50, and 90. Rectangle also completed. Now let's go on to UI controls again and make this one for the triangle. Some of you may think that this code is long, but actually it might be, but it's also easy. No, it's triangle, not rectangle. Yeah. And then control, I give it this one. Of course, scroll down for easier sight. Go to turtle, give it a move forward. Let's give it the move forward should be 100. And then turn right. That will be, let's give it 120. Triangle also ready. So all the shapes are ready, but of course these arrows aren't, so we're gonna bring a little more coding to make our project look even, our program even better. Let's move forward button left. Next. Let's give it Pen up, yes, pen up, and turn left, and then we give the turn left a value, a turn left 30, and then pen down. There, button left, done. Now it's time for the rest of the 2 buttons remaining. Okay, so let's give this one a button right, okay, right there. We got it, and now we go to turtle. It will be very similar. So first it'll be pen up, as that was turn left. This one will be turn right, also 30, and then pen down. Pretty easy, I know. Now the last one, and then our code will be ready. My favorite part will start. What's your favorite part on doing coding? Running the program, doing coding, or designing? This one will be button, where is it? Yeah, there it is. Now we'll go to turtle to, it's gonna be move forward 10 pixels. Okay, I'll double click. Okay, backspace, and 10 pixels, and then I forgot pen up, and then pen down. Last part. Now we're done. Let's do my favorite part. Run the code and see how our program runs. If I go there, I give circle, okay, and then I give it a left turn, another circle, left turn, another circle, left, circle, left, circle, left, circle, left. Wow, it's making a nice pattern. This way you can make beautiful patterns as well. Tell me how yours works, and also tell me what part you love the most. If you have any question or misunderstanding, so please, I'll be happy to answer. Let's try to do this a little more. It's pretty satisfying. Nice. Okay guys, see you next time. And thanks for watching and coding with us. Bye, see you soon.